Hey guys, it is New World Shadows, Riffs and Reviews, or Jacob Sage, however you want to go, or whatever the hell you want to call me, you know, whatever. You can call me Beard if you want, I don't fucking know, Bullring, whatever. Today is my first review of, it's just going to be my first review of an album for this channel, or whatever, and sorry about the light. But, yeah, so the first album that I'm deciding to review is Avenged Sevenfol's new album, The Stage. So let me tell you. Okay, this album, it just came out, I think 2 months ago, around Halloween. I think maybe before that, something like that. It was before Metallica's new album, so it was around that time. Which I will be doing that album too. I will be reviewing that one. But yeah, it had been since about 2014, so that's 13, or it was 13, or I think it was 13. Yeah, 13. I think 13. So yeah, 3 years since they had released a new album, and they had gotten rid of Aaron recently, and brought in Brooke Wackerman from the band Bad Religion. Which, if you don't know what Bad Religion is, they are a old punk band. They consider them old now since they've been around for many, many years now, but they're a very good punk rock band, so I highly suggest them. But yeah, Brooke Wackerman joined, and apparently the Rev was really influenced by him, so it works, you know, why not? You know, since then it's just Brooke Wackerman had a lot of shoes to fill there, and had just a lot of things to fill when it goes to the Rev, because everybody knows how talented that son of a bitch was. But, yeah, let's get to this album. Overall, I would say that this album, in my opinion, is one of their best. You know, some Avenged Sevenfol fans may think it's not, some may, I don't know. I'm at least one of them who think it is. The Stage is a great opener. So the intro is great. It's some very, basic riffs and all that, but really, it's not that horrible of a thing. There's a lot of bands these days that still make really simple riffs. Look at Metallica's new album. That album's full of simple-ass riffs. So is this one. Solos are great, though. Paradigm, however the fuck you say it. You know, I've always had some trouble pronouncing that. That's just because I have some problems like that, so yeah. But yeah, it's a great song too. Has a very, almost, I'd say, maybe Wake in the Falling is kind of what you'd think maybe that song would come off of, because, you know, it has a little bit of screaming in it. Not much at all. But a great song. Sunny Disposition. There's a couple of these songs I haven't fully listened to yet, so this review is kind of be but, you know, whatever. Yeah, Sunny Disposition is a great song on its own, too. Goddamn talks about, you know, religion, shit like that. Great song, too. Angels, Creating God, you know, all great songs. Higher, I really didn't like, the only song I really didn't like off this album is probably Higher. But that's about it. Simulation is pretty good. Roman Sky is a great fucking song. Fermi Paradox is another great one. And the last song, Exist, the first 7 minutes are it's just one full big instrumental, and it's just fan-fucking-tastic. To say that this album is kind of proggy or whatever, it's not too far from the truth on that. It is very proggy. It's different. It's very different from what you would expect and hear from Avenged Sevenfold, but, you know, that is not a bad thing. I think that is a fantastic thing, because now that they're not with their other, I think they were with Roadrunner or some shit like that, one of those record labels, you know, they had their little dispute that happened, and their record label just released the fucking greatest hits and trying to get some being shady and edgy, trying to get money off of Avenged Sevenfold, even though they're not even fucking promoting that album, because, you know, they just released this, so that's what they're mainly focusing on. But, yeah. And, you know, like I was saying before I went off on that, They have the chance on this album. It's different. Like, it's different. So they had the chance to do something a little bit different than what they usually do. And what I'm hoping for their next album is that they have complete freedom to do whatever the hell they want. Because if you notice from them, they have been kind of a radio-friendly band, somewhat, I guess. But not to the point to where it was horrible. But from what my brother would say, butt rock. About it. That's all I need to say. Not Nickelback butt rock, but yeah. Because, Hail to the King, softest album from them ever, which I'm one of those Avenged Sevenfol fans that actually liked that album. I liked a couple songs off that album. And maybe one day I'll review that one, maybe I won't. I don't know. It's gonna have to see about that. But yeah. This album is like fucking, I don't know, 30 minutes? No, not 30 minutes. It's long. It's a long album, but it's a great fucking album, and I highly suggest that anybody who is either starting to listen to Avenged Sevenfold or maybe stopped listening to them after Hail to the King, I highly suggest you pick it up. A rating I would give it 4.5, probably 4.5 out of 5. It has some flaws to it, obviously, being that the riffs are very simple, which, like I said, it's not that big of a deal, but, you could expect a little more from them. And that's really about it for that. So, yeah. But yeah, I highly suggest going to get it. Next album I will probably be doing, by the way, is Kill 'Em All from Metallica. I'm probably going to go up the discography from Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, all that shit. So yeah, this has been a review of The Stage by Avenged Sevenfold. Go pick it up. It is a fantastic album. I am New World Shadows, Riffs and Reviews, or Jacob, and I will see you all next time.